Non-duality is being uniquely free. Uniquely you without the name you. Is there a recognized method for the way you live your life? Even though there appears to be recognized rules and guidelines and ways and practices from old cultures, from old ways, to give you some sort of basic ongoing method to begin the process of you living your life. One of the things you will, or you should, if not have already, even as a child, unfortunately without the mindset to recognize it, that you will realize that you are alone. Meaning, your body is not alone. Your body interacts. Your body participates in a boxing match, in a sexual act. It is quite obvious that you can perceive that there are other bodies that look similar to you. But the one that dwells in the body, the real you, the original you, is here alone. And in that statelessness, with no mind, with a very subtle recognition that something exists, there's no thing or no one to put a finger on it, but there's just this essence of life, and that you are not the one witnessing the essence of life, but you are the essence of life, witnessing yourself as the essence of life. So you cannot witness yourself, the essence of life, as the essence of life without being the whole essence of life, which means the essence in the trees, the essence in the sky, the essence in the fields and the water. But you cannot recognize yourself in the essence of other beings. Because each one of us, although from the same universal, spatial, mirror-like state that we are, not really a state, the whole space of the universe is what we are collectively. We're all microfished and sliced up like that ham in the butcher shop. You know that old wheel, that steel blade in the butcher shop that used to slice a ham, yeah? And then voila, you have beautiful, pure slices of ham which you place on the plate of each member of your family's plates. That microfiche of the universe is what we are, which is not a time aspect. It has no attributes. It has no color, race, purpose. It just has been sliced off and allowed a free, consciously directed beingness. And there you are, we float down onto this earth, into the womb, into the mother, and we float down, and the body encompasses what we are. And then we think we are inside this body, but as this child we have this knowledge that the child does not exist alone. It's not about the relationship to the parents or the relationship to anyone else. It knows that it is all one complete thing. And that is what takes place in this self-inquiry. And it may be an instantaneous, momentary thing. It may be a thing that may happen for a few months, a few years. It'll pass. like everything else passes. But there was a time, I can recollect that when I was in this restaurant one day, in the midst of disillusion, in the midst of walking about like that airy-fairy, non-dual Buddhist state, I sit in the restaurant, drinking my coffee and eating my scone, in love with what was taking place, but not knowing what was taking place. Life just moving through whatever I was, as this life that whatever I was. Not a care in the world, not a fear in the world, not a worry in the world. Not an attachment to anything in the world, not an association with anything in the world, not a desire to have anything more or anything less than what was taking place. And I realized that momentary, the whole other people in the restaurant were participating in this life, and you suddenly became this witness. You suddenly became invisible. I suddenly became invisible. You see, this I disappeared. And there was a realization that the whole restaurant was outside of me. This I was not even in the restaurant. It was like you or I had just vanished, but something was there to witness what was taking place. There was no analysis of what each person was doing. There was no judgment. There was no information fed from a mind that had been chopped off. And I suddenly realized, whatever I was in that moment. I was not on this mind roller coaster ride, this mind of names and identities and thoughts. I was not participating in what I said at the beginning of this video, this basic ongoing path. Everything was on a screen, moving. Like you were watching a movie, but you weren't a person watching a movie. You were some sort of space, some sort of nothing, with an essence of, I don't know, with just an essence of whatever it was. It was profoundly deep, profoundly beautiful, profoundly still. And this went on for the whole session. And then suddenly, as all these beings were getting their food and chatting at the table with no noise, everything was silent, everything was quiet, everything was just totally at peace. A lady walked past, as if she was going to another table behind me. There's an in and out of I was there, I wasn't there, I was there, I wasn't there, but most of the time I wasn't there. This I wasn't there. You see, the body was always there. The body is always here. Without the body, nothing can take place. Out of body cannot take place without the body first being here. In body cannot take place without the body first being here. So this lady looked like she was walking past me, and then suddenly she pulled a chair in front of me, as if to sit at the same table. And something inside stood up, and she said, "Oh, sorry, I thought there was no one at this table." And she continued to walk past and went to another table. I thought, how strange. I had bright clothes on. And then everything resumed. I disappeared again. We're alone in this world. You inside is alone, completely alone, because you are this world. You are everything that is witnessed in this world. This is non-duality. The body can never be alone. The body may feel alone, because the body is communicating and connecting every moment with the mind, and the mind keeps antagonizing it. You're alone. You're happy. You're sad. You're a man. You're at work. And without the mind keeping the body active, non-duality cannot be experienced. So duality and non-duality are working at the same time. It's just a heightened mind wants to experience more duality. A lessened mind becomes non-dual. And that's basically what it is. A heightened mind, an overwhelming mind, a suffering mind, a depressed mind, in every state, every opposite state. Overwhelmed, joy, bliss is a heightened mind. It experiences duality. It recognizes its bliss. It recognizes its suffering. It recognizes its depression. Overwhelmed mind can mean pain. It can mean happiness. It can mean joy. It can mean suffering. But the recognition of all these states is a mind that is active and heightened. It doesn't have to be heightened that high. It can be heightened this high. A non-dual mind is totally grounded, totally zeroed, totally deflated to the state of contentment, to the state of Buddha. Each one of us is unique. Unique body, unique colour, unique shape, unique age, unique size, unique name, unique features, unique personality. That is the overwhelmed, heightened mind that we have learned to adapt to take on board, and to walk in the path of opposite values. And they are all useful. Because without it you cannot see when you're contented. The one that lives within this body is not of heightened mind, is not of any state of mind. It is free. It is alone. It is one. It is whole. It is Holy Spirit. So don't look for the Holy Spirit as Christ alone, or some sort of religious or spiritual practice alone. The Holy Spirit is your starting point. Without your Holy Spirit, body cannot be here. Without body, mind cannot be here. Without mind, none of this is taking place as it is.